Let's go straight to Arizona, where Wassim Cornet has been observing matters for us. Of course, Wassim gave us a context 24 hours ago about what it all meant there, and obviously on the ballot as well. Wassim, was the issue of abortion. Give us a sense where you are in Phoenix as to how things are, how things stand, and how people feel.
Well, first of all, I can definitely relate to the whole sleep-deprived aspect. I think there are many of us in that club this Wednesday. But yes, you mentioned it. Proposition 139 here on the ballot in Arizona. Abortion on the ballot on 9 other states. Proposition 139, I can now report, has officially passed. There will not be enough vote returns in the next few days, ballots counted, to overturn that commanding lead that the yes camp has. So the law that codifying abortion that currently stands in Arizona that limits abortion to a standard 15-week limit will now become a constitutional right up to fetal viability based on what a healthcare provider determines. So a major victory for progressives, certainly a silver lining when it comes to how poorly Democrats and progressives have done in this election cycle. I think it is worth noting, of course, that this is the trend that we've been seeing across the country. Abortion was on the ballot on 10 states nationally. In every single one of those states, abortion did a lot better. Some did better, or sometimes a lot better than Kamala Harris did, between 5 and sometimes up to 20% better than Kamala Harris did. So you really do have to wonder, what does that say about Kamala Harris? Was it her personality? Was it her unpopularity? Was it the fact that she was California, a very unpopular state in the American psyche? But again, we now have the proof that there is a large number of men and women who do believe in abortion rights, who do believe that women should have the right to choose, but at the same time that they do, endorse those conservative policies and endorse a man who made the overturning of Roe v. Wade possible.
Indeed, it is something that some people think is unconscionable, but it is actually happening, and happening big time, because it was predicted this would be too close to call, Wassim, but of course it turned out to be very comfortable in the end. And I'm wondering sort of what the feeling is there in Arizona. How are people explaining this? How are they sort of talking about it?
Well, I think, it's easy to get into the whole, Arizona was a blue state 4 years ago, and so, and because the polls are so close that it would be a surprise if Kamala Harris did so poorly. But you have to remember that the last election cycle, when Joe Biden won that state, it was an exception. He was the first Democrat to win the state since Bill Clinton in 1996. He was the first Democrat to win Maricopa County, the most populated county in the state, since Harry Truman in 1948. Arizonans voting for Republicans, mostly moderate Republicans, is the rule and not the exception. So I don't think that if you did look at any of the polls in the run-up to this election, Arizona was actually the least likely state to go in the Harris column. So I don't think it's very much a surprise here. I think it's very much a surprise at how poorly she's done. With 60% of the votes in, Donald Trump has over a 100,000 vote lead. And again, the story that we've been seeing nationally is the rightward shift in the Latino vote. Certain Latino majority counties here in Arizona, where Trump is doing up to 30% better than he was doing 4 years ago. That is the story here in Arizona and nationwide.
Wassim Cornet, thank you very much indeed for